Etie for Maminda Muna Masi and Fambra a channel Yusubium. Aha, a in the news. Your mom authentic news. Etie for news and soda and a yede bram. Dan Dina in some embebre and echosu. Say enchina abaton I den edrusu. Sebebrina a den a sorry echosu or memhano. Etie for a brain to mangibre, name co in sim de one.
To it for now.
Okay. Okay.
So we just want to see that probably in a week or 2 or 3, and we've really not been seeing much impact of the surveillance. So granted, the repeal of this particular LI 2462 is good. However, haven't we already issued enough of mining license? We have.
Yes.
How then do we manage those already in the field? That is what we are talking about. It's good to revoke it, which we're hoping that by Tuesday, government will do as promised. We want to actually see the military and other security setup in the field, which is very good. But is that enough?
Okay.
Can't we just do specifically to those closer to our river bodies that, for now, put a stop while government roll out some measures that can safeguard your welfare, your livelihood, and the security of the nation. That is what we are pushing towards.
Okay, so that is why you are not satisfied because of sanimority.
Absolutely.
More practical.
Exactly.
Question. Yes, I Biden and Wabe can acquire the usual things na ya na sinabia. Anye bi na mope.
Thank you. And even if tomorrow or today, government says that we there is a temporary ban. In the next hour, you will see another statement calling our members to resume, work tomorrow. This we are not. We just want to address this technical issue, and we know government has the power. We want to also do it in such a way that it will not have a direct impact on community members, because we don't really want our brothers and sisters in the mining communities to suffer against their livelihood and at the same time suffer for the consequences of the health and lack of potable water to drink.
That is where I was coming to. Now, looking at the situation, the legal implications and what you have just discussed, how are we going to go about this so that people will not take the government to tax for possibly doing something that they illegally have acquired, but government is using its powers to stop them from doing?
So, of course, there is the same government that really has provided them the license.
Mm-hmm.
And the license came with some preconditions.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, a buffer to every other water resource.
Yes.
For instance, leaching mercury into any nearby water resource.
Mm-hmm.
And many other conditionalities are captured in the license.
Okay.
Now, is that what is being done? The heavy metal deposit or remnants in these water bodies across the country that we are experiencing as researchers, is that what is appropriate, standard, a protocol? The amount of alum or chlorine in water resources that is really being treated by Ghana Water as compared to the World Health Standard. Should we be drinking water with such heavy amount of chlorine in our water?
I'm talking about those who are doing it the way they are expected to do it. When they take the government on for blanketly saying that we are just suspending everything mining.
Thank you. No, so that is where we actually were looking for the temporary.
Mm-hmm.
It is not out of place for government to say all of you pause for a week or two.
Okay.
Then we do an audit.
Mm-hmm.
And then those who really are culpable, your licenses are revoked and completely no one again will, such characters or individuals will not have access to any license again.
Okay.
Of course, there are so many people who really are doing the rightful things.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. It is not every other small scale miner who is, doing the illegalities as contaminating our waters. Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't we now come with this moratorium that allows for an audit, and then typical sanctions are meted out to these other people, and then our water bodies will start to get life again. And then we ourselves, because for the voltage water, the awake, and all those other things we drink, we think some of them are just from borehole and spring fields. But believe you me, every other thing comes from surface water, which now percolates down to be underground water.
That's true.
Aquifer don't just exist there for existing sake. There is that confluence of surface water movement and underground water movement that makes up the water table beneath. And those of us drinking from surface water, we are doomed. Those of us again drinking from the underground water too, the same thing, because there is that percolation and leaching of these heavy metals.
Okay.
So technically there is a challenge. How do we solve it so that we will not, our local community members will not have the impact directly?
Okay.
And then government can still function normally without any problem.
So you have one view that government should temporarily ban all mining activities. Then we find a solution to the whole problem. Otherwise, whatever government is doing will not help solve the situation.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. So, Doctor, how long are you going to be on strike?
We are hoping that government this week will do further announcements and engagement on these,
Okay.
and that can help quick enough for us. Even if it's 24 hours, even if it's 12 hours, a month, a week, we are looking up to government to see the further measures they can come up with to support this cause.
Okay.
In fact, we have made a resolve that before UTAC will go back to the classroom, we should have seen the water structure and ecosystem changing gradually.
Okay.
And we should have seen in the fields that indeed the mining activities have started dropping.
Okay.
That way we know we would have fought for something for the country.
Okay. Now, let me ask your candid opinion. Moving forward, we're all seeking solutions to this problem. In your estimation, what could be done to get our water bodies clear of these mercury and then hard metals, so that Ghanaians and people who are around Ghana, people who take our water, our food, our plant and everything will be safe? What should be done so that we can mine responsible, we can do responsible mining in Ghana?
That is the word you've mentioned, responsible mining. But how then do we do responsible mining? It is first to adhere to the protocols enshrined by the Minerals Commission Act.
Okay.
First, I know that almost every other gold reserve we have are largely under the surface water resources we have. So for you to mine, you may likely be in a swampy area or in locations where you are not far away from water resource.
Okay.
And because of the washing and the other, I don't know whether to say, purification processes of getting the gold, there will always be a water needed to go through the process. And so members will always have this chance of polluting whatever river or water resource that is closer. But for us, we are saying that the buffer between wherever the mining will be and any closer river or water body should be maintained.
Okay. Okay.
So that no matter what happens, we don't really have this direct pollution.
Okay.
That is one.
Okay.
And the heavy use of these heavy metals is another thing. What happened that most of these large-scale miners are able to contain some of these excesses that we actually can learn. Of course, there will be an acknowledgement of capacity and resources, but should we do it at the detriment of the populace?
Okay.
And so we're saying that one is the buffer, two is adhering to all the conditionalities as captured in the license offered, three is the issue of alternative livelihood program offered by government.
Okay.
The fourth one we are looking for is engagement with the chiefs. We acknowledge some chiefs are involved in it.
Yeah.
But still again, chiefs and community members are the people we should partner in dealing with these problems.
Okay. Okay.
And then make sure that we depoliticize. We don't want MPP and DC involved in this.
Okay.
That is the only way we can actually have a national dialogue on this.
All right. So finally, before you go, let me ask upon all your leadership. I'm talking about the Trade Union Congress and then organized labor, their meeting with the president and all that. You still doubt that that would be a solution to whatever they are trying to, or whatever ways we are trying to use to get the water and then our forest reserves back onto its feet, on their feet.
We are hopeful, and the hope is that an additional measure can support the process faster than already announced.
Okay. Dr. Elias Somumuni, thank you very much for your time with us this morning.
Thank you very much, too.